Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, if you don't know already, nutrition is 80 to 90% of what it takes to lose weight, okay? If you've been following my content for, a certain period of time, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, maybe over a year or two, I've been doing this over 15 years now, you realize how much nutrition content that I put out, right? And so at some point, you start to think, okay, well, I got to do something with my diet, right? But what I've noticed after coaching over the past 15 plus years is that most people, when it comes to losing weight, they're doing different diets. They're jumping around. They'll do the keto diet. They'll do the fasting diet. They'll do the carnivore diet. They'll do the vegan diet. There's so many of them, I had to write these motherfuckers down. The chicken and broccoli diet. What else is out there? The all salad diet throughout the whole day, right? And what's crazy to me is I see trainers promoting these things, like promoting all these different types of diets. But what I see that happens most times is, people can lose some weight on it. True enough, people can lose weight, but I find that most people can't sustain the weight loss, which means they end up losing weight but gaining it back. There's just one conversation I was having with this young lady. This is probably about a year or so ago. It was just burned into my brain when she told it to me. Her and her cousin, they did the keto diet. They was getting ready for a vacation. And she dropped I think 22 pounds. Her cousin dropped 30 something. And right after they came back from vacation, they was like, I can't keep eating like this. I want to eat some bread. I want to eat some real carbs. They gained all the damn weight back. They gained all the weight back, plus some. And so, I say all that to say, it's not that these diets can't work. That I just share with you, because I know some of y'all probably doing it right now because you're trying to lose weight. But not realizing, it's kind of like, let me give y'all another story, man. Because I like to articulate and get y'all to understand these things on a deep level to where you don't keep struggling. And I went through a struggle of my own when I was getting this whole online coaching thing going. Before I became a full-time coach, like how I help people all over the country nowadays, I was doing in-person training out here in Buckhead, Atlanta, training the Buckhead Betties. And so what I was doing when I was trying to get my coaching business going, I was investing in different business coaches. And one coach would say, yeah, you got to do the challenges, do the 4 or 5 day challenges. Then I'd go to the next one. And then the next coach would say, hey, just do the webinar, Then the next coach would say, hey, just do the shout-out pages, And so as I was spending all this money, doing all these different coaching programs and everything, I'm left thinking, damn, I'm spending all this money and it wasn't cheap. This shit was expensive. And I'm like, okay, why my bank account ain't growing, but I'm giving them all this money? And so I realized, damn, this ain't the way I want to do my business. I don't want to just run challenges every week. I don't want to have to do shout out posts to get new people to grow in my audience all the time. I didn't want to do that. It wasn't until I invested in my mentor that I have now. I've been with him for almost a little over three years, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere like 2.5, 3 years, something like that. I just renewed with him. And it wasn't until I just said to myself, let me just understand business. Let me understand how to build skills, like how to communicate, how to articulate my message in a way where people understand it. Let me just understand how to get my coaching clients such great results that people see my clients before and after and they see the video and they be like, dang, she looked just like me. Well, her old self looked just like me, but he helped her lose that weight. Like my coaching client, Ann, she down 105 pounds. It's thousands of women in my audience who go see Ann before and after photo and be like, dang, boy, if he can help her lose that much, he can definitely help me lose about 30, 40 pounds. Same thing for the men. They see folks like my coaching client Kataka. He's in his 50s, extremely busy. He down over 60 pounds. It's going to be men in my audience who are going to see that and be like, dang, I can do that too. And so I say all this to say, I stopped focusing on hacks. I stopped trying to look for the next best thing or what sounded good. They call this shiny object syndrome. That's what they call it, shiny object. You're just looking for the next best thing. When the grass ain't greener wherever you're looking, the grass is greener wherever you water it. And so when I started to develop skills on how to do content, how to market, how to get my audience to grow, how to get my clients better results, start doing these things, man, that's when shit started popping out for me. That's when I'm doing lives Monday through Friday and I'm doing the podcast. Because I understand I have systems now. But before that, when I was just bouncing from business coach to business coach, I didn't have no systems. I was just trying to take the easy way out, the quick fix route, which left me back right where I was from the start. Broke, frustrated, man, not wanting to hang out and go places and spend time with my family because I felt, shame. I'm like, man, I'm about to be in my 30s, in my early 30s, and I ain't really making no money. I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. Like, I didn't want to keep on suffering like that. So I wanted to go ahead and figure things out. And what I figured out was you had to develop skills. And so I say all this to say this. If you're somebody, you're tired of your clothes not fitting. You're tired of stepping on the scale and the weight ain't going down. You're tired of feeling self-conscious about how your body looking when you're at home. Maybe you got a partner and you're like, man, I don't even want to see how my body looking no more. I'm gotta lose a little bit of weight. I got some man titties. My stomach, they got a little too big. Whatever it is. You're tired of living like that. You're tired of worrying about developing health issues or things getting worse. Stop dabbling. Because that's what I used to do with different business mentors, and I was wasting a lot of money. Stop dabbling. Stop dabbling with different types of diets. All you have to do, guys, is build a healthy relationship with food. Build a healthy relationship with food. Guys, there is no bad food. When I'm posting foods and all these different videos on my YouTube and my Instagram and Facebook, and I'll talk about certain foods that y'all can eat, like eat these foods to lose that big ass stomach. That don't mean the other foods are bad. I'm just showing you healthier alternatives. That's all I'm doing. I'm giving you healthier alternatives because I'm aware that most people, they like, damn, all I can eat is just chicken and broccoli. Most folks don't just want to eat that, but a lot of folks don't know other options they could eat. And so this is why I post that type of content. But you can't just stop with just, okay, well, I'm just going to eat these foods. Because if you're eating the right foods, but not the right portions, you're not going to lose weight. And so a part of building a healthy relationship with food is understanding the difference between the type of foods that you're eating. Are you eating foods that are going to give you value, or are you eating foods based on pleasure? Which neither one of them is bad. If you know you want to eat pizza, you know you're eating based on pleasure. You have too much pleasure in your diet, you know what that means, don't you? You got that big old ass stomach. You had too much pleasure. Too many Pop-Tarts. Too much Simply Lemonade. Too much sweet teas. Too much alcohol. Too much pleasure equals big ass stomach behavior. Okay? And so we have to offset that with more value-based foods. This is how you start building a healthy relationship with food. And guys, we grown, man. Like most folks I help, we in our 30s, 40s, 50s. Some folks I help may be in their early 60s. You know what's right and wrong. You know if you're eating too much donuts for breakfast. You know if you're eating too much croissants for breakfast. Big ass Subway sandwiches for lunch with chips and a soda. You know what that's going to do to you, man. You know, but you keep doing it. And you think that things are going to get better, but they're actually getting worse. Because your clothes ain't fitting no more. You're more tired on a daily basis. You're having brain fog all the time. Too much pleasure-based. You got to start thinking more value-based, okay? And then outside of the value, meaning the quality of the food that you're eating, the portions, man. This is another part of building a healthy relationship with food. Guys, some of y'all, you eating and you stuffing yourself. And you wondering why you're tired and sluggish after you get done eating. Like what they call the itis, like you want to go to sleep. I used to go through that too. Just keep on eating, going on even on the weekend, celebrating being fat on the weekend, just stuffing yourself, versus just eating to be comfortable. Like you don't have to be like full, just eat to be at about 80%. Because when you eat to 100%, you at full capacity. Your stomach look like it's about to pop. You eating too much. And so instead, eat to just be comfortable. Once you comfortable, push the plate away. Even if it's some food still on the plate, just push the plate away, man. Your ass gonna have another chance to eat. You gonna be able to eat again. In a couple hours, you gonna be able to eat a whole nother meal. And so it's totally fine just to eat to be comfortable. Okay? The last thing is this. You have to develop structure with what you're doing. Structure equals freedom. The people who I see who jump on my game plan calls with me, inquiring about coaching, they want me to, help them lose that big ass stomach, lose some weight. Well, I see most people do. Some days they eat 3 or 4 meals. Other days they eat 1 meal and they just snack throughout the rest of the day. Then the other days they'll eat 2 meals. Then the next day they eat fast food the whole day. Like, there's no consistency. And when you don't have consistency with the way you're eating, what do you think is going to happen with your weight? Your weight is going to fluctuate too because your eating habits are fluctuating. And also your energy is going to fluctuate. And as your weight continues to creep up, this is how health issues start to manifest. High blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. Folks be having high blood pressure and they be like, oh man, I got the medication. I'm good. Guys, that medication doesn't solve the problem. The problem is still there. If you have type 2 diabetes, the medication doesn't solve the problem. The problem is still there. It's like having trash in your kitchen and you just spraying. Just spray some Febreze on the trash. It might clean out the smell. You might not smell it no more for a little while, but guess what? That smell will come back even more strong. It'll get worse because you're not solving the root problem. The root problem is you got to take the damn trash out. And so what's the root problem with nutrition and people losing weight? You have to develop a healthy relationship with food, having structure with how you're eating. One of my methods is called the 3-2-1 diet. 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 snacks, one between breakfast and lunch and another one between lunch and dinner. That way you're not going through the energy crashes, the headaches, the feeling lightheaded because your blood sugar done dropped too much. And then the 1 in 3-2-1, 1 cheat meal a week. And you could actually go with more than that. But if you just do 1 cheat meal a week, for sure, guaranteed you're going to start losing weight. All right? So these are the things you have to start focusing on doing with your nutrition if you want to lose weight and keep it off. If all you're doing is just jumping from diet plan to diet plan to diet plan, I just need me a diet. I just got to get back on the diet. I just got to do the salad diet. I got to do my chicken and broccoli diet. You go keep losing weight and gaining it back. I see it all the time, y'all. Like, ain't you tired of keep losing the weight and having to gain it back? Having to lose the weight, gain it back, and then have to lose it all over again? That's exhausting. You want to keep going through that shit. That's exhausting. Why not just stay ready so you don't have to get ready? This is why I focus on building a lifestyle with my coaching clients. Everything they do, I'm showing them, hey, listen, if you know you like eating these foods, you can eat these foods. Whatever your food preferences are. I'm not going to let them eat with cereal and donuts and pizza every day, but you can still enjoy yourself and lose weight, man, unless you're trying to be a bodybuilder or something. But most folks who I help ain't trying to be no bodybuilder, and so you can still enjoy yourself, okay? But these are things, if you don't really start paying attention to your habits, you could be running in the same circle. And I see a lot of people living the same life every 6 to 12 months. They losing and gaining weight every 6 to 12 months. They lose it, they start gaining it back, and then they like, dang, I gotta lose some weight. My clothes ain't fitting no more. Dang, man, I gotta start losing weight, man. My doctor done told me I gotta start losing weight or they go put me on this medication. No good, man. No good. Start looking at this shit like it's a lifestyle. There's going to be days where you don't feel like eating the food that you know you're supposed to eat. There's going to be days you don't feel like working out, but you got to work out anyway. You done made a lifestyle of going to work and making money so you can take care of the household. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of days your ass didn't want to go to work. Even though you might love what you do, there's plenty of days you don't want to do it, but you still do it. So why not treat your body and your health the same way? Because otherwise, like, what's the consequences of not doing these things? Your weight keep fluctuating. You're not happy with how your body looking. Clothes don't fit no more. Worrying about health issues. Guys, no good. Then you got some folks have kids. You got people who love and care about you, depending on you. What's your life going to look like in the next 3 to 5 years if you don't start making some changes to your lifestyle? A lot of people I don't know why people think that this weight loss thing, I'm not saying that it's easy, but I don't know why it's so hard for people to wrap their mind around it's just habits. Your lifestyle is based on your habits. And so if you're not happy with how your body's looking, you're not happy with how your clothes fit, you're not happy with your current health situation, you got to change something about your lifestyle. Maybe it's your eating habits. Maybe it's not even just your eating habits. Maybe it's also your mood, your activity level. You're not hitting the gym, you're super sedentary. Did y'all not realize you can develop heart disease from just sitting down all day? You're not working your heart. You're sitting. You got to work your heart, guys. This is why cardio is important. Everybody think that cardio is all about weight loss. No, your ass got to move so you can work that heart. Your heart is a muscle. You don't work it start atrophying. You mess around and have heart disease. This is why you need to be moving, okay? Moving. Not even just eating the right foods, but eating the proper portions, but just taking care of yourself. When you start doing these things, this is how you lose weight and keep the weight off. All right? Other than that, guys, we out of here. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.